Me, Joe Stump, and welcome to my instructional video. This is the Arpeggios section of the instructional video. So today we're going to talk about things ranging from basic arpeggio type of execution to more advanced sweep picking and arpeggio play. So let's get started right away. Still in. And so I'm tuned down a half step, so here's my A. So this is actually concert A flat. So if you guys want to tune up, cool. Alright, so arpeggio play, sweep picking, that's what we're going to be talking about. And the basic premise of the sweep picking is you're ascending, you're sweeping down, you descend, you sweeping up. There's more to it than that, but that's that's basically the way it's going. And one of the best ways, and this is your sweep picking 101 kind of just starting out kind of sweep picking thing. And maybe in future episodes we'll do some more advanced stuff, or maybe towards the end we'll get to somewhat advanced stuff. So. And this is the first thing I show everybody when someone just wants to get introduced to this type of play. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the diatonic arpeggios for E natural minor, E natural minor, E F sharp, G A B C D E. And I'm going to take the arpeggios built off each degree of the scale, so meaning the chords being E minor, F sharp diminished triad or minor 7 flat 5, G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, and E minor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here, I'm going to play them in 2, 3, 4, and then 5 string arpeggio shapes. So I'm taking the diatonic arpeggios for E natural minor, 2, 3, 4, 5 string arpeggio shape. So I'm going to start here, and with this 2-string shape, the root of the note, the root of the chord, the note that the chord's named for, is going to be on the 2nd string. So, one thing key when you're working on, any kind of technique building type of bit is the metronome, usage of the metronome. So right now I got the metronome banging on 104. And I'm going to start out playing triplets. So I'm playing triplets, 3 notes on the beat. So my first arpeggio, E minor right here, E, G, and B. And that's a triplet against the click. And then later on, after I go through all of them, I'll play it as a 16th note triplet. So E minor. Now the picking pattern, down, down, up. So there's a small sweep, and obviously a good place to start is just sweeping across 2 strings. Down, down, up. And that 16th note triple. The first slow, all the arpeggios, E minor, F sharp diminished, G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, and then E minor. So I'm going to go up and then I'm going to go back down. So. now a 16th note triple is going to be twice as fast. Cool. So and that's two-string arpeggio. Do the same thing an octave lower, and I'm going to play, and that all those arpeggios will be the same thing an octave lower, and everything's going to be happening on strings 3 and 4, with the exception of the first E minor I'm going to play on strings 4 and 5. And the rest of the triads will be on your G and E strings. Once again with the pick down, down, up. Alright, so there's small two-string sweep bit. Now the next arpeggio, I'm going to stick with the two-string bit for a sec, and I'm going to show you a couple different other, couple other different patterns with the two-string shape. This next one, this is just an old school kind of Randy Rhoads, Richie Blackmore, Michael Schenker arpeggio. I mean, when I first started playing arpeggios, my favorite players: Gary Moore, Richie Blackmore, Michael Schenker, Uli John Roth. And then later on Ingve, of course. And most of those other players I mentioned were using very small 2- and 3-string shapes, and I used to love the little classical sections and a lot of the tunes that went, sometimes went, before the solo or after the solo. So this is this 2-string arpeggio with a downstroke, a pull off, and another down, like that kind of thing. Very easy. Once again, downstroke, pull off. And another down, 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 pull down. And see what if you check out my right hand when I'm doing that, when I start to play it faster, you can see a little sweep action going on. That kind of thing. So moving up the scale slow. E minor. And the same set of arpeggios as before, but just a different pattern. Down, pull, down. And that small. Now I'm going to take that same pattern just to show you all the different possibilities I'm getting just out of these 3 notes, just on these top 2 strings. I'm going to take the same pattern and I'm going to, same arpeggio, same lick. I'm just going to change up the beat permeation. So now it's going to go from triplets and sextuplets to a 16th note figure. And this is a very Blackmore-esque kind of thing, and this is a favorite pattern of mine. Once again, same technique with the pick, except the rhythmic figure is 16ths. Well, that'd be 8ths at 8ths at this permeation. That would be 16ths. A little bit more deceptive because you got a 3-note arpeggio, but you're playing, a 4-note figure, so a little bit tricky. But in 8th notes, it would be, E minor, F sharp diminished, G major. The other easy portion of this is we only have 1 major chord, 1 minor chord, and a 1 diminished shape. I'll talk about some different inversions later on in the video, but right now we're just hanging with 1 shape of each chord, so that's another thing that makes this portion of this whole this bit easy. So we got thing. Play it a touch faster. Alright, so, and there's a 2-string bit, and I'll play a couple, now, before I move on with the 3-string arpeggios, I'll play a couple small excerpts from some of my tunes with the metronome, utilizing the 2-string arpeggios, and this is from, this first bit I'm going to play is contained on your 4th string and your 3rd string, and this is from an excerpt from the Psycho Shred Suite. That's the live version of that, which is on my last instrumental record, 2001, A Shred Odyssey. So, if you don't own that one, very important that you do. A little shameless self-promotion there. And so the chord sequence, the metronome's clicking quite fast, you know, somewhere in the area of, you know, 236, 240, somewhere around that, on that particular track. So first I'm going to play it in triplets, and the chord sequence is F major, F sharp diminished, G major, G sharp diminished, and then, so those are all 4 times a piece. That kind of thing, you know, it's speed. Then it goes on 2 times a piece, A minor, B diminished, C major, C sharp diminished, D minor, D sharp diminished, and then an E major. And on this E major, this is a 3-string arpeggio shape, excuse me, on strings 4, 3, and 2. And the picking pattern for that one, I'll talk about this, you know, later on in the video. This is down, 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 up, pull, up. Down, 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 up, pull, up, down. That type of bit. Alright, so now, so I'll play that whole bit in time, slow. And once again, this is that 2-string pattern. The first one we reviewed, where I'm going down, down, up. So slow as a triplet in time sounds like this. Alright, so this is the Psycho Shred bit, fast 2-string bit. Alright, so there's one 2-string excerpt. Now I'll play one more, and this is from a short excerpt from Thrill of the Chase, and this is off the Rapid Fire Rondo CD. And first I'll play the whole bit, the section slow. And so that's a descending bit, and all this is diatonic to E minor and E harmonic minor. So I'm going to play that slow first, which is quick. And this one's banging quite fast. The quarter note on this tune is at 20, you know, somewhere around 208, and I'm playing triplets. So, but first I'm going to play it slow, and it's that the triads are E minor, D major, C major, B major, then C major, B major, A minor, G major. So you got the A minor, then A minor, G major, and then this short run. So in time, that whole section sounds like this. And that's that one we're going down, pulling another down stroke. Play it again slow. Down, pull, and then another down, and then with the click fast sounds like this. Once more. All right, so so there's a 2-string bit. You got a bunch of different 2-string patterns, and you have a couple short excerpts to work on. So that so now we're going to move on to some 3-string arpeggio shapes. All right, so now we're going to go to I'm going to go back to the first bit I did where I took the diatonic triads for E minor, and that's basically the way we're going about it, is I'm playing through the diatonic triads for E minor, and playing the sweep shape where I'm adding a note each time, and then I'll go through like a short excerpt from one of my tracks or something like that. So we're going to hang with that, and now we had one more. All we're doing here is we're taking the top note, we drop it an octave. Now we got E minor. And now it looks more like a chord. E minor, F sharp diminished, G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, and E minor. And you can see, and now with the pick, now it's looking more like a full-on sweep shape. Down, 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 up, pull, up, a pull off, another upstroke. And that's the figure right there, and that's either going to be a triplet or a sextuple. You see that? Down, 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 up, pull, up. Sounds like that slow. So slow without the click. I got down, down, and E minor. And all we're doing is taking the top note, as I said before, and doubling it an octave lower, and that's how we're coming up with the next note. Triad, only 3 notes in the arpeggio: E minor, F sharp diminished, G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, A minor. So slow in time. First triplets. So now here it is, fast in time. Obviously, before you start blazing up the diatonic arpeggios within the scale, you can just hang, get a minor shape or a major shape, and just hang in one spot and play it. Here's just B minor right here. Once again, down, 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 up, pull up. That kind of thing. And or another thing you can do is, instead of starting on the 3rd string and going down, 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 up, pull up, down, 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 up, pull up, I'm going to start on the top string, and it's just going to be that same exact pattern just turned around, where it's up, pull, up, down, 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 up, pull, up, down, down, down. So it's up, pull, up, down, down, down. Because sometimes it's just like, just same premise of playing an old blues lick. You might think of this old kind of Hendrixy lick, like that kind of thing. I'm sure everybody's heard that before. Or you can think of it as, you know, starting on the third string as opposed to the top string, you know. Once you've repeated it, it sounds exactly the same, but sometimes just thinking of something coming from one starting point as opposed to another helps you execute it better. So just hanging in one spot on that D minor. Or, you know, just doing it on a major chord, C major. Practice the diatonic arpeggios that way too, instead of going, you know, start the other way. Alright, so now I'm going to take, so there's a 3-string arpeggio shape, and, you know, heading in both directions. Now another thing I'm going to do is, once again, I was playing a triplet or a sextuplet, and now I'm going to change, just going to add a pull-off to it, and I'm going to change the permeation of the beat to 16ths, and this is a pattern I love to use all the time. Sounds very, very cool, and then I'll give you guys an excerpt with this bit. And so this pattern is... sounds like that slow. And the pattern is down, pull, up, down, 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 up, pull. Once again, down, pull, up, down, pull, up, down, 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 up, pull. That kind of bit. And you can see that's going to change from from triplet or a sextuplet to eighths or 16ths. So first an eighth. Now in 16ths. All right, so now let's Now, just to change things up a bit, I'm going to stick with that 3-string shape. But the only thing we haven't done is, haven't talked about different inversions of the chord. Meaning, like here's, all these triads, very important. A lot of these sweep shapes are all stemming from your, the chords you first learn up here at the nut of the guitar. Just those small triadic shapes played all over the neck. Like this E minor shape is just D minor. The standard D minor you play at the nut. Just moved up. Obviously the root's on the 2nd string. Here the root's on the 4th string and the 2nd string. That chord moved up right there. Looks like that. So you got, E minor, in the F sharp diminished triad. That chord shape, major, just like a D chord moved up. And then the minor shape again. Minor, major, major. So I'm going to do the same exact thing, but now I'm going to change the scale to I'm going to go to A harmonic minor, another, 2 keys very commonly used in rock, metal, shred, whatever you want to call it. So now the diatonic triads for harmonic minor are the same as natural minor, except for the triads that contain that raised seventh tone. The harmonic minor scale, for those of you that do not know it, is a natural minor scale with a raised seventh tone or a major seventh tone or the leading tone, whatever you want to call it. You know, that would be harmonic minor. Natural minor. A good way to get the sound of the scale, you play it one octave. Natural minor. Harmonic minor. All right, and so the diatonic triads for harmonic minor are A minor, B minor 7 flat 5 or B diminished triad, C augmented. Augmented chord is a major chord with a raised fifth tone. Not a very pleasant sound. D minor, E major, I'm sorry, F major, G sharp diminished, you know, raised 7 diminished 7, and then A minor again. All right, so now I'm going to play an arpeggio shape built off each degree of that scale, and this will give you some different inversions to work with. So the picking pattern is the exact same bit. So you got, you know, A minor, and so this is up, pull, up, down, down, down. So A minor, B minor 7 flat 5, and that's a bit trickier because you got that note right there. C augmented, D minor, E major, F major, G sharp diminished 7, and then A minor. Cool. So slowly, in time with the click, sounds like this. Alright, so now we'll get to some 3-string excerpts. And the first bit I'm going to do is from the album Supersonic Shred Machine, and this is Demon's Eye. And this is and so first thing I'll do is I'll go through the arpeggio sequence slow. It's in D minor, as Nigel says, the saddest of all keys. My first Spinal Tap reference in the video. Don't want to use too many, I have to pay those guys a royalty. And Christopher Guest has way more cash than I do. But anyway, D minor, A major, D minor, so that's D minor, A major, D minor, A major again, and that would be a E diminished triad or a C sharp diminished 7 triad right here. Diminished 7th chord you can name for any note in the arpeggio. It's that chord that moves around, you know, every minor third or every 3 frets and automatically inverts itself. So in the key of D harmonic minor, that's a C sharp diminished 7 arpeggio. That's the diatonic 7th chord in the key. Or, you know, it's a diminished triad, E diminished triad. So that would be that diminished 7 arpeggio. Then drop down a minor third, same arpeggio shape. To E, D minor. Slow in time, that sounds like this. Then the second portion of it goes A major, D minor, D minor, C sharp diminished 7, D minor. So the whole thing slow in time sounds like this. I'll play it in slow in time with the click. It sounds like this. First triplets. And that last bit's a 5-string arpeggio shape. We'll get to some 5-string shapes later on, but the way to pick this, and this is off of this, off that A major chord right there, you know, your regular root 5 major bar chord, and it's up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. That kind of thing. So here's the whole bit. That speed. And then the second time through does the same exact bit, except it resolves. So it goes A major, D minor, D minor, G sharp diminished 7, G sharp diminished 7, I'm sorry, G diminished 7, or C sharp diminished 7, I'm sorry. And then up a minor third, and then down D minor. So I played that fast. Let me just play the whole thing in time slow for you. All right, so there's a short three-string excerpt. Cool. All right, so now we're all right, so there's a 3-string bit. So now we're going to go to the 4-string arpeggio shape, and I go back to my diatonic arpeggios for E minor. Now I just stack one more note on, and I have a 4-string arpeggio shape. And so the picking for this is down, 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 up, pull, up, up. So you got to remember the basic premise is, as I said in the beginning of the video, you're ascending, you're sweeping down, you're descending, you're sweeping back. Now when I get 2 notes on the string, meaning I go down, 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 then, you know, I change my pick stroke, up, pull, up. So once you get 2 notes on the string, you change your stroke, and then many times a pull-off accompanies it. So E minor. So I'm going to play this slow in 8ths with the click. E minor. F sharp diminished, G major, minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor. And then once again, that's down, 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 up, pull, up, up. Down, 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 up, pull, up, up. Sounds like that. And then once again, you can hang in one spot. Yeah, watch, I'll do this, even go back to B minor, 2 strings, you know, 3 strings, 4 strings, once again, I'll play through those diatonic E minor arpeggios, 4 strings, and then you can go up and down, repeating each one 2 times, 4 times, 1 time repeat. 8th slower, or 8ths at a faster tempo, 16ths at a slower tempo. You know, I mean, the important thing is make sure you're playing everything clean and accurately articulate and in time. Okay, now I'm going to do a little 4-string excerpt, and this is some of the bit that I played in the beginning of the video, and this is combination of one bit of it's from the 2001 Shred Odyssey. On the title track on that, I'm playing a ton of stuff, and there's a small arpeggio excerpt that's from this, and then there's and then some of it's from Strat Attack, the arpeggio section of Strat Attack, which is on my first record, Guitar Dominance. Cult classic, Guitar Dominance. So, you know, came out in '93. So, so this is going to be. So it sounds like this slow. We got E major, 4-string arpeggio shape to A minor, it's G sharp diminished triad. And then climbs up E major, A minor, G sharp diminished, A minor. So 2 inversions of A minor, one's based off of this and that, and then A major, D minor, B major, E major. So I'll play that slow in time. That's the first portion of it. Then it goes into the Strat Attack portion. Alright, so we got A minor. Next higher inversion of A minor. Same thing with D minor. G major. And that's 3-string arpeggio shape. So this is a combination of 3 and 4-string arpeggio shapes. G major, G major, C major, F major, flat major, then E major, F major, E major, G major, E major, F major, G major, G sharp diminished 7, A minor, B diminished 7, G sharp diminished 7. So all that slow in time sounds like this. So that in time all sounds like this. So I'll play both sections now all together, the first 4-string bit and then that. And all these shapes are, all the mechanics of all these shapes, whether it's a 3-string or a 4-string arpeggio shape, have been covered previously in the video. So if you're a little bit dodgy on something, just refer back to earlier. Alright, so now I got the 5-string arpeggio shape, and this is the shape that everybody's most familiar with. And going back to my diatonic triads for E natural minor, so now with the 5-string shape, I got down, 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 up, pull, up, up. Once again, all downs, down, 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 up, pull, up, up, up. And another way you can play this, which some players will do, you play all downs, down, 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 hammer, pull, up, up, up. And I'll do that more if I'm doing one of those ones where I'm doing one of those tap and sweep things, one of those types of bits. But I play it mainly the first way, but I'll use the pull-off if you want, if I want a more legato-esque kind of tone. Alright, so with this bit, and the other thing that a lot of players don't know is that's a 5-note figure against the click, a quintuplet, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. right, so now another thing I'm going to do here is back to the 5-string bit. Is I had that first bit with the 5-string, that quintuple, which is, you know, any spot I'll go back to D minor. That kind of thing. So here, so now what I'm going to do, add a hammer on and a pull off, and I change the figure. So this is going to be a triplet or a sextuplet, and this is a shape rhythmic pattern I like to use all the time with this shape, and so it's down, hammer, pull, up, 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 down, 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 up. And then slow with the click, and a triplet is going to sound like this. And then, all right, so going up the scale. Right, and now I'm going to give you a 5-string excerpt, and this is going to be, and this is this dominant Phrygian sweep sequence, which is from the 2001 A Shred Odyssey solo, and sounds like this slow and in time. You know, I'll play it slow first, and it's just E major, so E major. You know that pattern I just explained, down. Hammer, pull, up, 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 down, 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 up. So slow, it sounds like this. F major, E major, D minor. So the first section, slow in time, sounds like this. Second section, I take these two inversions and I connect them. I go this E major, I go, and then I go. So what's happening here is I go down this one, and my last note of this inversion becomes the first note of this inversion, and I kind of group them together, do a little figure 8 with them. So, and I play that with my first finger. Picking pattern, down, hammer, pull, up, 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 down, 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 up, pull, up, 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 slide, down, 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 up. And I do the same thing with F and D minor. So slow in time, that whole bit sounds like this. more advanced, I jump octaves, I go. And that's exactly the way it is on the disc as well. So here it is fast, the dominant Phrygian sweep sequence. Alright, cool. So there's a ton of stuff. I hope you find this fun, educational, and thanks for watching. And there'll be other excerpts of this stuff. I'm going to have one on Baroque and neoclassical type of playing, and plus some more mixed in with some more, even more advanced arpeggio stuff. Like I said, this one's geared more towards the just getting you started sweep-wise and stuff. But some of the excerpts are considerably difficult to play at tempo. Cool. All right, thanks. Educational and informative.